Did Tom get a charge?
Yeah.
Good. But he doesn't want to be caught on camera. That's what it is. All right, change positions. Um, we're going to have a blind corner still, but I think I can see more ice here. Oh, that's interesting. We're going to start out with the Kredidio, Kishkowski, and Bergeron line. Rubicki. And we've got Campbell back. Campbell at D. Cross ice for Rubicki. Rubicki up to Kredidio. Kredidio battling on the boards. He's got pinned. Kishkowski's there with him, trying to get the puck out. Does go to Rubicki, and he sends it into the corner. Bergeron coming in hard on the forecheck, gets there, knocks the puck off, but it goes to the far board for Milwaukee. They go cross ice and enter into the zone. Rubicki steps in front of his man. Puck goes to the corner. Milwaukee trying to get it behind. Campbell intercepts pass. Bergeron up to Kredidio. Kredidio enters on the right side, comes cross ice, puck over into the corner and up the near boards. Center zone entry by Milwaukee. Puck goes on Cutting, who's in net right now. Aldridge sends it down for Kredidio, who dumps it, and we get a change. Nietzsche comes on with Letcher and Chalicki. Milwaukee loses that puck. Letcher gets a pass to Nietzsche, who throws it back to Aldridge. Aldridge makes a lane for himself, gets a shot on net, puck to the corner, and Chalicki sends it into the sideboard and down. Letcher on the forecheck. Puck comes back up the boards for Milwaukee, and they just send it into neutral ice. Chris Gintis picks that up, gets it over to Aldridge. Aldridge up to Chalicki. Chalicki dumps in. Nietzsche goes to get it. Milwaukee digs it out first. Letcher over to help, ties his man up. Puck over to the far board. Chipped past Prisgintis. Chalicki comes back on the back check. Good stick by Prisgintis to lift that and get it away. Puck goes to Cutting. Cutting plays it up for Chalicki. Gets past Chalicki. Milwaukee picks it up. Letcher goes for a change. And Pulauskas comes on. Milwaukee coming through the neutral zone on the far side now, coming across ice into the shooting lane, tipped by Miller and into the backboard. Milwaukee still with control, gets it up the board, back down now, going behind Cutting. Centering pass knocked away by Miller and Aldridge over to Pulauskas. Pulauskas to Chalicki. Chalicki drops it for Miller and goes for a change. Miller down the board. Puck is in the zone. Pulauskas going on the forecheck. Reynolds in, and Paulo now as well. Miller knocks the puck away. Milwaukee sends it back in. They're offsides, have to tag up. Onak sends that up to Pulauskas. Pulauskas enters zone on the right side. Shot blocked over to the board. Pulauskas takes a hit. Reynolds Paulo takes a hit. Puck gets across and tapped in. Campbell sends it. Onak looked like trying to see who knocked it in. Pulauskas. So Pulauskas with the tap-in goal there from Campbell pass, and it is 1-0 Fury. Having a little bit of microphone difficulty. Apologize. I put things in the chat. So we got Kruger, Brown, and Carter. Rubicki and Campbell. 14:02 to go in the game. Kruger sends that puck over to Carter, hits off his skate, and back to Milwaukee. Milwaukee gets it across center line and sends it in. Cutting leaves it for Campbell. Campbell cross gets knocked back in, and then Campbell picks it back up. Loose puck to Carter. Carter into the neutral ice. Kruger comes flying in, knocks that puck. He gets taken down. Brown picks up the loose puck, takes it down into the backboard. Still battling. Puck comes loose, goes to the opposite corner. Kruger and Brown working in the corner. Carter, man high, Brown trying to get that puck out. Does. Gets it up to Campbell. Campbell cross for Rubicki. Rubicki dumps down for Carter. Carter, good protection. Gets it back up to Campbell. Campbell back to the board, tries to send it down and gets blocked. Brown pushing his guy into the board, keeps the puck in the zone. Campbell and Kruger working to battle it out. Kruger gets a shot, it goes wide off of the pad and out. Carter picks it up. Brown goes for a change. Credidio comes on. Oh, sorry, Credidio comes on. I didn't have my microphone up where I needed it to be. Puck dumped in on Cutting. Puck in the corner. Rubicki and Aldridge battling. Puck's loose. Rubicki and Aldridge still tied up. Bergeron up the near board. Kruger goes for a change. Pass to Credidio gets knocked away. Aldridge comes in, takes out his man, and knocks the puck back into the neutral ice. Rubicki sends the puck down, bounces off of a Milwaukee skater. Milwaukee sends it back into our zone, behind for Cutting, who puts it over to Przgintis. Przgintis tries to get it out of the zone and flips it into the netting. We'll get a defensive zone face-off. Przgintis and Aldridge at D. Kushkowski. We'll get a line change now. So Nietzsche, Chalicki, and Letcher come on the ice. 12:01 to go. 1-0 Fury after the goal from Pulauskas. Face-off controlled by Nietzsche. Letcher gave it back to Nietzsche. Then Nietzsche sends it over. It winds its way over to Letcher and then covered as a shot on net from Letcher. Nietzsche tries to dig it out, and then Milwaukee takes exception. The ref giving some extra attention to Nietzsche. Face-off controlled by Fury. Oh, it goes past Przgintis. Letcher picks it up, gets it over to Przgintis on the far board. Przgintis dances away and throws the puck up the boards, hits the official. Nietzsche to Aldridge. Aldridge cross ice for Letcher. Letcher to Nietzsche up front, looking for a tip, misses and goes to the near board. Puck comes out and on Cutting. Cutting pushes the puck to Przgintis. Przgintis gets it over to Letcher. Letcher tries to go cross ice, knocked down by Milwaukee. It goes into the corner. Milwaukee couldn't quite get it. Przgintis puts it up the board for Chalicki, knocked away from Chalicki and into the near board. Shot on Cutting. Wow, it changed direction. Cutting still got a hold of it and cleared it out. Miller, good tie-up. Milwaukee's trying to get to us before we can get our guys out on a change. Pulauskas is wide. That's going to miss and go for an icing. So, Onak and Miller with Paulo, Reynolds, and Pulauskas. 10:41 to go in the first. Face-off pushed back. Milwaukee's going to get to it first. Chips it over to the corner. Reynolds comes over to help. Reynolds pulls it off of the board. Gave himself some space. Tried to pass it to Paulo. Milwaukee with a good stick. Gets to it. Then Miller's clearing attempt. Hits off of the back of the Milwaukee player. Paulo chips it out to Miller. Miller and Reynolds working down the ice. Reynolds with the puck. Enters the zone. Tries to make a move. Gets a backhand shot on. Pulauskas comes in, takes that puck away, puts it over to Reynolds. Reynolds on the board, puts it back down for Pulauskas, and then it comes back up for Miller. Miller sends it back down. Pulauskas battling on the backboard. Gets it back to Miller. Miller shot in front, bounces off of the goaltender. Milwaukee tries to clear, bad bounce off of the glass. Pulauskas in front, quick shot blocked, over into the corner again. Pulauskas trying to get past two guys, gets the puck back to the corner, still has it, up to Onak. Onak takes a step to the board, takes a hit, his helmet almost comes off. Milwaukee gets control back, tried to split the D. Miller, good stick, puck goes to the corner. Onak going across ice for Kruger. Kruger and Brown. Brown, quick shot, hits off of the goaltender. Carter is there. Carter gets it off of the board, circles back down in the corner. They try to take Carter down and just grab him, and that'll be a penalty. So we're going to go on the power play here. Carter with the penalty draw at 9:08. We'll get a power play line out. Paulo, Nietzsche, Letcher, Reynolds, and Onak. Face off, controlled by Fury, over to Reynolds. Reynolds to Onak. Onak walks it down, bounce off of the pad, kind of goes into where nobody is. Now Milwaukee moves it to the corner. Puck gets moved up to Letcher. Letcher to Onak. Onak walks down. Cross ice pass for Nietzsche. Bounce off Nietzsche's stick. Onak gets it back. Onak takes a shot, it deflects. There's a whistle. Net's off. So we'll get a stoppage. Minute 38 to go in the power play. 8:46 in the first period. Milwaukee wins that faceoff, but then it gets stumped down. Paulo's shot goes wide over to the far board. Onak gets to it. It's underneath his skates. Milwaukee digs it out and sends it down. Cutting. Pushes it over for Reynolds. Reynolds drops for Onak. Onak up to Nietzsche. Knocked away from Nietzsche. Onak comes in to help. Paulo gloves it down. Puts it to Nietzsche. Nietzsche up through the middle of the neutral zone. Gets past one. Can't get past two. Milwaukee sends it all the way down again. Pulauskas comes on with Kushkowski. Letcher takes it from Campbell from behind cutting. Cross ice for Pulauskas. Pulauskas behind the net. Centering for Kushkowski. Shot off of the goaltender and into the far board. Knocked into the neutral zone. Campbell back to Carter. Carter coming in with some speed. Drops it over for Reynolds. Reynolds takes it down low. Chips it over to Kushkowski on the far board. Kushkowski comes up to the blue line. Across from Reynolds. Reynolds, quick shot. Carter's in front. It hits off of either Carter or the goaltender. I'm not sure. Back to Pulauskas. Reynolds down low. Quick shot. And beats the goaltender. 7:07, the end of the power play. Reynolds gets a shot and a goal. 2-0 Fury. Chilicki, Credidio, and Bergeron come out with Aldridge and Prisgintis. Chilicki sends that in on net, bounces off of the goaltender. Milwaukee moving in. Puck gets knocked away. Milwaukee's still in control. They'll get it in the slot. The shot goes wide. Bounces off of the backboard to the near board for Chilicki, who gets it into the neutral zone. Milwaukee's got to tag up. Decide to send it back in. Hard around. Milwaukee in the corner. Prisgintis comes over, pins his man. Puck underneath. Centering pass misses. Chilicki steps in front so the defense can't get a shot on. Bergeron picks up the loose puck and dumps it. Puck into the neutral space. Chilicki sends it to Berge. Berge chips it in. Wholesale change. Carter comes out with Kruger and Brown. Miller and Onak at D. Miller gets it to Onak. Over to Carter. Carter and Kruger on the right side. Brown on the left. Pass to Brown. Brown misses it. Goes to the corner. He sends it behind the goaltender. Kruger comes over to help. Puck now to the corner. Carter comes in. Bounces to Milwaukee. Brown comes over and puts his guy into the board. Puck across for Kruger. Kruger hits off of the goal. Milwaukee gets a hold of it and sends it back out. Cross ice pass in front of Miller. Milwaukee picks it up. Stuck on the boards, bounces around. Kruger gets there. Puts it cross ice. Milwaukee sends it back in. Carter behind the net. Pulls the puck off of the boards. Knocked into neutral ice for Kruger. Kruger to Brown. Brown kicks it, and it goes a little too far for a stick. Good job by Letcher to take that puck away. Tries to get it to Kruger. It's in feet. Letcher had it, tried to go for a shot. It gets knocked away. And it looks like we're going to go for a penalty now. So Letcher to the box for tripping. 4:57 to go in the first. 2-0 Fury. Nietzsche, Chilicki, Campbell, and Rubicki on this kill. Milwaukee just kind of lost control of it, and then they moved away from Nietzsche before he could clear it. Campbell gets it over to Chilicki. Couple of fans here. Everybody missing. Chilicki sends it all the way down. Milwaukee getting past Nietzsche, chips it ahead into the zone. Centering pass, Chilicki gets a stick on it, but not enough to get it out of the zone. Centering pass, slow roller after the block, and then a second opportunity by Milwaukee goes wide. Oh, Campbell takes a big hit in the back, but Rubicki's able to dig out the puck thanks to Campbell's sacrifice there. Nietzsche gets the puck out. We had too many. So we're getting another penalty for too many men. Played it off of the change. Minute 1 to go on the first penalty. 7:50 to go in the period. We're going to go 5-on-3. So Aldridge is going to serve the too many men penalty. Reynolds, Paulo, and Prisgintis to take on the 5-on-3. Prisgintis puts it up the boards. Reynolds digs it out. Reynolds and Paulo might have a 2-on-1 here. Milwaukee gets back in time. Reynolds, with the pull-through shot, hits off of the paddle of the goaltender. Milwaukee trying to get control of it. Had numbers, but took a lot of time to get the puck back. Reynolds slows it down on the boards. Milwaukee's got 3 on him, so they keep control. Pass across, blocked. Another opportunity doesn't quite get there. Paulo clears it. 20 seconds to go before the first penalty expires. Onak comes out, Kushkowski, and Nietzsche. Puck to the near board. Onak knocks it off of the board. Milwaukee still gains control. Down low for Milwaukee. Letcher's penalty is over. He goes out to kill. Puck to the point. Milwaukee takes a shot. It goes wide. Puck up. Nietzsche takes a cross check and he's down. Puck blocked in front. Kushkowski tried to clear it. Milwaukee gets it cutting with a blocker save. Milwaukee back down low. Working behind cutting. Into the corner. Milwaukee still looking. Pass over. Kushkowski gets in front of it. Chips it ahead for Marty. Marty's got a step. Takes it behind the goaltender and into the corner. Milwaukee gets it back. Campbell is out with Miller now. 6 seconds to go for Brady Aldridge to come out. Puck in the middle and cutting on his back. They chip it over him. And it's 2-1. So we're going to go with Brown, Kruger, and Carter after the goal. Rubicki and Campbell at D. Face off one behind Kruger. Brown gets it to Carter. Carter tries to carry in. It gets knocked away. Rubicki over to Campbell. Campbell sends it across. It hits off of a stick and goes into zone. Puck over to the far board. Carter is there. Gets it off. Goes behind the net. Bringing it up the board. Over to Rubicki. Rubicki walks. Tries to get a shot on. Puck goes slow in front. Kruger is tied up there. The goaltender just covers. And we'll get a face-off. So Kruger for the face-off. Brown offset behind him. Puck pushed over to Milwaukee's corner. They come up the near board. In through the middle, neutral ice. Carry it forward. Try to get past Campbell. Puck goes on. Cutting. Knocked over to Brown. Brown cross ice for Carter. Goes a little too far. Milwaukee tries to get it through. It bounces. They gain control in the neutral zone. Chip to the corner. Rubicki there to get it. Puts it hard around for Carter. Carter on the boards. Kruger comes over to help. Campbell gets a hold of it. He's coming down the ice on the right side. Gets tied up and puck left on the sideboard. Milwaukee coming up into the neutral ice. Decides to send it down and change. Aldridge up for Brown. Brown lifts a stick. Puck goes behind him. Pulauskas gets that turnover, gets a shot, and save by Milwaukee. So after that save, we get a line change. Pulauskas, Paulo, Reynolds, Aldridge, and Prisgintis. Milwaukee controls the faceoff, comes hard around over to the near board, and then chips it up high and out of play. Apollo to take the face off. Milwaukee wins it back to the corner. They go behind their own net and up the far board into the neutral ice. Milwaukee player loses the handle. Pulauskas picks it up. It gets knocked away from him. Priskintis goes cross ice to Paulo. Paulo shot rising and goes above the net. Reynolds avoids contact, and that'll be the end of the first. So after 2-1 Fury.
We play 17-minute periods or 15?
Set 17.
Scored our goals.
Reynolds and Pulauskas. Pulauskas with the first goal. Reynolds, I'm not sure if it was a power play goal or if it had expired, so it was really close. We're going to start the second period with Kushkowski, Credidio, and Bergeron. Milwaukee controls the face-off. They go D to D in their own zone, send it up. Puck gets chipped in. Onak comes away with it. Onak and Miller at D. Onak carrying in. Gets past. Gets a shot that goes wide and around. Miller keeps it in, sends it back down the board, but intercepted by Milwaukee. Milwaukee sends it into our zone. Onak picks that up. Comes from behind cutting and up to Credidio. Credidio enters the zone. Drops it for Kush. Kushkowski shot on net, knocked away, and into the board. Down to the corner. And behind the goaltender now. Milwaukee cross ice pass. Intercepted by Onak. Onak waits for Bergeron, brings the puck in. Puts the puck on net, but before it could get there, Milwaukee D sends it down. That no icing as Bergeron could play it. Bergeron gets it out of the corner up to Credidio. Credidio to Kushkowski. Kushkowski had Miller cross, but he couldn't quite get enough on it, and the puck goes into the boards. Milwaukee gets it in to the zone, and Cutting plays it up for Letcher. Letcher, cross ice to Campbell. Campbell to Credidio. Credidio, shot on, hits off of the blocker, goes over to Letcher. Kushkowski changes. Centering pass. Campbell had left the zone to play D, and Credidio wasn't quite there. Nietzsche has come on. Transition goal for Milwaukee. They bring the puck low, center, and then get the shot on Cutting on his blocker side. 2-2 after the goal. $15-14 to go in the second. Puck drop goes over to Chilicki and then dug out. Priskintis up the boards to Chilicki. Chilicki chips in. Priskintis goes to get it, tries to center pass to Nietzsche, gets blocked, and it's on the backboard. Nietzsche gets pushed off the puck. Milwaukee knocks it to their defensive player, then comes over to the near board, tries to chip it out, hits the official, and Fury send it back in. Nietzsche gets a hit, takes the puck away. Back up to Aldridge. Aldridge quick shot gets blocked, hits a player. Letcher tries a quick shot. It goes behind the net. Chilicki sends it to Aldridge. Aldridge back down to Nietzsche. Letcher gets a puck, goes for a centering pass. Nobody's there. And all the way back down. Priskintis to Aldridge. Aldridge up the boards to Chilicki. Chilicki trying to pass to Letcher, hits off of a Milwaukee player, and they go back the other way. Over to the corner, back behind Cutting now. Milwaukee carries it up and then drops it back down the board. Puck to the corner. Centering pass, knocked away by Letcher and put into neutral ice. Letcher able to get that puck, gets taken down, and that'll be a penalty. Letcher had a step and is taken down. That should be a tripping. We'll go on the power play. So 13:46 to go in the second. Paulo, Palauskas, Reynolds, Campbell, and Onak for this power play. Palauskas to take the face-off. Puck dropped and pushed to the corner by Milwaukee. Tried to send it out. Onak keeps it in. Onak cross ice for Campbell. Campbell to Reynolds to Palauskas. Palauskas shot goes wide. Good puck movement by that group. Centering pass by Paulo. Picked up by Milwaukee and sent down. Cutting slows the puck. Onak comes to get it. Onak carries out, sends the puck over to Paulo. Paulo enters the zone in the middle. Shot hits off of the goaltender's shoulder and knocked away by Milwaukee's D. We'll set up again. Onak with the puck. Coming through neutral ice. Comes in wide. Centers for Kruger. Misses. Milwaukee sends the puck back down. 58 seconds to go in the power play. Milwaukee's laying on the puck. We got a whistle. Carter, Brown are going to come on with Kruger. 54 seconds to go in the power play. Priskintis and Rybicki. Puck comes out of the zone since Milwaukee was laying on it. Kruger to take this face off. Milwaukee pushes that puck back and then sends it down behind Cutting. Cutting leaves it for Priskintis, but Milwaukee got there first. Priskintis trying to battle it out. Rybicki pushes it towards Cutting. Cutting sends it to the corner. Priskintis across for Rybicki. Rybicki to Kruger. Kruger enters the zone. Drops it back to Rybicki. Rybicki to Kruger. Cross for Brown. Bounces over Brown's stick. It got deflected to Priskintis. Priskintis' shot is blocked in front. That looked like it hurt. Milwaukee Brownies got it. Center to Carter. Carter's shot goes wide. Carter takes it to the middle, takes a shot. It's blocked. Brown to Rybicki. Rybicki to Brown. Brown trying to get it back up to Rybicki. Gets it through some legs and over to Carter. Carter and Brown battling in the corner. Brown gets it back. Pushes it up to Rybicki. Rybicki back down and around. Penalty has expired. Carter gets a shot in the corner. Milwaukee sends the puck down and into the corner with Rybicki. Puck now to the opposite corner. Kruger picks it up. Trying to go up the near board. Carter does knock it out. Rybicki to Brown in neutral ice. Brown has Carter coming takes a shot. It goes low. Brown gets it back. Brown to Carter. Carter, puck protection. We get a change. Credidio and Kushkowski come on. Onak and Miller. Bergeron joins. What? Oh, yeah. So the officials are talking to Milwaukee's coach, and I don't know, whatever it was, they're fine. So Credidio, Bergeron, and Kushkowski will get to stay out with Onak and Miller for this power play. Face off, one over towards Bergeron. Bergeron ties his man up. Miller gets that puck and sends it down for Kushkowski. Kushkowski to Credidio. Credidio in the corner. Sends the puck up to Onak. Onak back to Credidio. Credidio to Onak. Back to Credidio. Centering pass for Berge. Stick gets lifted, makes its way to Miller. Miller's shot is blocked and into the corner. Puck gets to the opposite corner now. Kushkowski comes over, gives some pressure. Puck makes its way to Miller. Miller's shot. Blocker save by the goaltender. Over to the far board and sent out of play. Oh, Chalicki's going to go for a trip. That'll even it up. So face-off was pushed behind the Milwaukee center. Chalicki comes in hard, gets a stick down, and trips Milwaukee. So that'll even it up. We're going to go 4-on-4, and then we'll have a 45-second kill that we've got to deal with. Letcher and Nietzsche stay. Aldridge and Prisgintis as well at D. Prisgintis gets that puck across for Aldridge. Aldridge up to Letcher. Puck gets stuck on the sideboard. Cross ice pass to Prisgintis, who enters. Puck protection, tries to get a shot on, goes on the goaltender, who kicks the net, and then it gets reset by the official. 40 more seconds of 4-on-4. Puck's in the corner. I can't really see. Looks like it wasn't moving. Paulo, Reynolds, Campbell, and Rubicki are going to come on. Okay, puck went out of play. Milwaukee takes that puck and sets up. D to D, kind of a weak pass, almost floats its way to Reynolds. Cross ice pass for Milwaukee. They enter the zone. Pass deflected and centering attempt blocked as well. Campbell picks that puck up in the corner, goes behind Cutting, and sends it up to Rubicki. Rubicki with room gets it to Reynolds. Reynolds on the right side now coming up to the blue line over to the left side, dumps that puck down. We're on the kill as our penalty is the only one remaining. Milwaukee behind their goaltender. 8:16 to go in the second. We should get an ice cut at the next stoppage. 21 seconds to go on the kill. Puck in the neutral zone for Milwaukee. Puck bounces off of Campbell's stick and then a save by cutting as Milwaukee's good luck found the puck right in front of him. So they get a shot and we'll go to the ice cut. So 7:54 to go in the second. 7 seconds left on the kill. We'll set up with a defensive face-off when we come back. Little psychological warfare here in the rink. Kenny G is out on. There's 7:54 to go in the second. 7 seconds left on Chilicki's penalty. Nietzsche, Letcher, Campbell, and Rubicki on the ice. Nietzsche comes forward to take the face off. Nietzsche gets kicked. Letcher comes in. Puck underneath feet. Rubicki digs it out. Rubicki loses an edge. Milwaukee centering pass goes wide off of the board. We're even. Chilicki comes on. Puck almost comes free. Milwaukee sends it to the middle. Letcher sends it in. Nietzsche comes forward. Puck to Letcher. Quick shot. Another shot. Still loose. Puck is sent for an icing. Couple of jam opportunities. Milwaukee clears. We'll get an end zone faceoff. Nietzsche pushes that puck back to Rubicki. Rubicki sends it to Chilicki. Chilicki to Letcher. Letcher shot between the legs goes wide and into the boards. Milwaukee sends it right to Chilicki. Chilicki shot hard and high. Centering pass. Letcher gets two opportunities there, and then a check. Nietzsche sends it up the boards, gets past Rubicki. They got a shot, goes wide and out over to Letcher. Letcher chips forward and in. Just Nietzsche gets interfered with, but No, not enough to get an arm. Milwaukee goes for a change, brings the puck in. Bergeron is on the ice. Credidio's on the ice. Persgintis as well. Centering pass and a shot beats cutting. Milwaukee takes the lead. Well, Milwaukee takes the lead. Puck gets knocked into Milwaukee's zone in the corner, and they drop it back behind their goaltender. Krzyzewski comes up to give some pressure. Icing is waved. Onak picks it up from cutting and sends it back down the ice. Bergeron is interfered with, and icing is waved. Milwaukee up the near board and chipped ahead. Credidio picks the puck up, sends it across for Miller. Miller escapes and takes it back down, gives it to Onak. Onak cross ice for Credidio, bounces off of Credidio's stick. Still in the zone. Milwaukee back with the puck. Tries to get past Onak. Onak sends it back in the zone. Krzyzewski goes for a change, and Pulauskas comes on with Paulo. And that'll be icing. 5:19 to go in the second. Paulo, Reynolds, Pulauskas, Miller, and Onak on the ice. Face-off pushed down low. Puck up the boards. Onak keeps it in. Knocked away, and back the other direction is Milwaukee. Taking it wide, Miller pushes to the boards. Press back up to the D. They walk it to the boards and send it back behind cutting into the opposite corner. Taken off of the boards by Pulauskas. Reynolds enters, gets to the middle of the ice, takes a shot, hits off of the pad. Paulo sends it back down low. Pulauskas lifts the stick, takes the puck away. Pulauskas on the board, sends the puck to Rybicki. Rybicki gets a lane and takes a shot. Glove, no rebound. 4:29 to go in the second. Carter, Brown, Kruger come on the ice. Rybicki and Campbell remain at D. Kruger takes the face-off, puck over to the sideboard. Milwaukee sends it hard around. Come out of the zone on the left side. Carter coming in hard, knocks the man off of the puck, takes it off of the backboard and leaves it for Campbell. Campbell up to Kruger. Kruger puts the puck into neutral ice and it makes its way into Milwaukee's territory. Milwaukee going back behind their goaltender, coming around and up the board, past the neutral zone. They go wide, stick lift, and puck is now behind. Kruger with a hit. Puck is still loose. Comes around into the opposite corner. Brown gets there. Tries to chip that forward. Gets knocked off and a shot on cutting. Pushed to the opposite corner. Kruger goes to get that puck. Takes a hit. Puck to Brown. Brown to Campbell. Campbell enters. Drops it for Brown. Brown in the corner. Gets the puck taken away. Milwaukee goes the opposite side. Tries to send it in. It hits off of the board. Puck goes back in. Milwaukee. Cross ice pass. Nietzsche is on. And so is Letcher. Brown changes. Chalicki comes on. 3:04 to go in the second. Puck goes cross ice for Priskintis. Priskintis to Chalicki, touch pass to Nietzsche, back to Chalicki. Shot goes high and wide and around into the neutral zone, knocked aside and on Cutting. Cutting's going to cover. Puck's in the corner. I think Letcher tried to get that puck across. Milwaukee gets in the way, carries in on Cutting, knocked aside by Priskintis, up to Letcher. Letcher sends that puck down the ice. Milwaukee picks it up at the corner. Nietzsche with a hit knocks the puck away. Milwaukee sends it back into the corner. Letcher with a hit. Chalicki coming across and up the far board. Cross ice to the near board and in the zone. Priskintis pushes the puck away. It goes over to Chalicki and in through for Nietzsche. Nietzsche enters the zone, tries to drag one through, and it gets knocked away. Milwaukee back the opposite direction. Kushkowski's come on for Nietzsche. Puck bounces off of the boards. Letcher sends it across, and that'll be an icing. Minute 35 to go in the second. Bergeron and Credidio join Kushkowski. Miller and Onak at D. Kushkowski pushes that puck back to Miller. Miller sends it around for Onak. Onak picks it up off of the boards and carries it through the neutral zone. Puck knocked away, but Credidio gets in the way. Milwaukee gets it back and sends it the other direction. Onak chips it high and up. Credidio misses, tries to hit that high. Milwaukee picks it up, takes it to the opposite corner. Puck bounces off of the board. Credidio ties him up. Puck goes to Miller. Miller pushes the puck to Bergeron. Bergeron across for Kushkowski. Kushkowski sends it to the opposite corner. Credidio is there. Credidio working on the boards. Milwaukee gets it out of the corner and then cross ice. Milwaukee goes for a change. Bergeron takes that puck away. Kushkowski's open. Puck comes up. He's offsides. Yep. And another couple seconds off of the clock. 31.4 seconds to go. Paulo, Palauskas, and Reynolds on the ice. Puck is in feet, dug out by Campbell to Palauskas. Palauskas cross ice for Reynolds, bounces past him. Milwaukee sends it down the ice. Rubicki steps in front, waits for Reynolds to tag up. Over to Palauskas. Palauskas tries to get past one, gets knocked away. Milwaukee back the other direction. Palauskas, good job competing to get that puck back. Paulo to Palauskas. Palauskas all alone. Just a couple of dekes, and in 0.8 seconds to go, and Caillou ties it up. So Palauskas from Paulo. Kruger comes to take this draw for the last second. Puck drops, And that'll be the end of the second period.
I think you should put some broadcast here. And that one's my favorite.
All right, we're going to start the third period. Brown, Kruger, Carter, Prisgintis, and Aldridge. Puck carried into the zone by Milwaukee. Backhand goes behind the net. Milwaukee chips it to the corner. Prisgintis tries to pin. Milwaukee comes free of it. Goes up to the D, cross D to D, shot in front, deflected and cleared by Aldridge, and that goes for an icing. And we'll get a change. Paulo, Reynolds, Pulauskas come out. Oh, Carter stays. All right. Face off, controlled by Milwaukee. Dug out by Prisgintis, cross to Carter. Carter gets the pass over to Paulo, knocked aside. Milwaukee back the other direction. Milwaukee working one-on-one on Prisgintis, gets a shot. Puck hits a player and goes back on cutting. 2 saves for cutting there. Milwaukee back in the zone. Get an opportunity with some passing. Puck sent back in. Aldridge working in the corner. Pins his man. Centering pass. Intercepted by Paulo. Over to Prisgintis. Prisgintis up for Reynolds. Reynolds and Pulauskas. Reynolds quick shot off the pad. Gets his own rebound and glove save. 2 saves in a row for Milwaukee. Chalicki and Letcher get on the ice with Nietzsche, Miller, and Onak. Letcher's going to take this face off. Milwaukee digs it out, sends it up the boards. Onak keeps it in, keeps another one in, gets hooked, no call. Milwaukee to the neutral zone. Onak pass gets knocked away by Milwaukee. Over to Miller. Miller to Nietzsche. Nietzsche through the middle of the ice. Tries to get a shot. Stick gets lifted. Milwaukee back the other direction. And Milwaukee chipped it forward before getting to the center ice line, and that'll be an icing. 15-10 to go in the game, tied 3-3. Ooh, centering pass. It's off of Chilicki and goes over the far board. Milwaukee back in through the neutral zone. Comes in wide. Miller knocks it away. Miller. Oh, soft pass intercepted by Milwaukee. Does make its way to Onak. Onak finds Chilicki, who leaves it for Nietzsche. Nietzsche loses the puck, and it goes for an icing. Bergeron, Kushkowski, and Credidio come on with Rybicki. Campbell remains. 14:45 to go in the third. Face-off controlled by Fury. Bergeron gets that puck to Credidio. Credidio enters on the left side, hits the blocker of the goaltender. Credidio gets taken down. We're going to go on the power play. Puck up to Campbell. Campbell resets. Kruger comes on as the sixth man. Rybicki to Campbell. Campbell coming across Credidio. Credidio gets interfered with, and he's going to go to the box. That's going to negate the power play. Because he dumped a guy on the rush, so they called him for a slash. Yep. So back to 5-on-5. Both players in for two. Kruger, Brown, Carter. Puck goes out of play. Looks like it hit Caillou in the head on the bench there. Puck pushed back behind. Rybicki picks it up. Gets hooked, loses an edge, no call. Brown sends it over to Campbell, bounces past him. Gets past Kruger. Kruger and Brown have a 2-on-1. Kruger's shot goes wide. Campbell took a hard hit there, but got the puck in. And there was a good opportunity with Kruger and Brown. Kruger's shot went wide. Good hard work by Campbell to do that. And now Kruger's going to go for a penalty that he doesn't understand. So now we're going on the penalty kill. All right. So Kruger's going to go for two. 13:34 to go in the game. Paulo, Reynolds, Prisgintis, and Aldridge. Good clear by Paulo. Reynolds takes it down the right board, sends it in, gets a shot off. Goaltender has to make a blocker save. Milwaukee coming through the neutral zone. Drop pass. Puck working its way through. Pass is missed by Milwaukee. Paulo hustling down the line, takes it away. Tries to get a shot off. Centering pass in the middle. Kushkowski's come on for Reynolds. Kush almost got there. Bergeron coming to help kill. Bergeron coming up. Milwaukee decides to go cross. Back to the middle. Bergeron's there. Knocks the puck. Milwaukee resets. Gets it to the point. Bergeron there again. Shot in the middle. Cutting glove save. No rebound. Minute 1 left to go in the kill. Onak and Miller come on the ice. Kashkowski's going to take this face off. Face off over to the near board. Onak knocks it away, but it comes loose to Milwaukee. Try to get a shot off blocked by Miller. Puck far side. Bergeron puts his man into the boards. Puck goes down low. Centering pass. Good stick by Kush to block that pass. Miller takes it away and sends it in deep. Kashkowski on the forecheck. Milwaukee regroups. 30 seconds to go in the kill. 12:02 in the game. Milwaukee through middle of the ice. Drop pass and then cross ice. Chipped in. Onak's going to get to it. He sends it hard around. Kashkowski all alone. Gets a shot. It goes high. Hits off of the glass and over to the near board. Bergeron is there. And Kashkowski's going to go for a slash. We're going to run out of room. Credidio. Not anything they can get to get an edge. So we're going to be 5-on-3 for 6 seconds. Puck under some feet. Miller pushes it up, kept in by the D. Shot on cutting, deflected. Kruger's penalty is over. Letcher comes on to help kill. So Letcher, Nietzsche, Onak, and Miller. Onak digs that puck out, goes cross ice for Nietzsche. Nietzsche takes a hit, still has the puck. No, oh, that's a charge. So that should be a 2 and a 10, but just a roughing call. He's in the box. He's in the box. They only called a charge. He didn't even stop skating when he hit that. You know you're supposed to stop moving your feet to hit a check. So it'll be 4-on-4 now for minute 38. Reynolds has joined Letcher. Milwaukee through the neutral zone, carries it in. Over to the far board, dumps it in deep. Miller picks it up. Back to Onak. Onak through the middle. Takes a hit. Puck gets into the neutral zone. Milwaukee regroups. And shot on cutting. Another shot on cutting. Onak looking for space. Passes hit. Onak changes. Campbell comes on. Miller behind the net to Campbell. Campbell to Letcher. Back to Campbell. Campbell carries it on the left side. Miller goes for a change. Rubicki comes on. Campbell gets the Puck knocked away, gets it back and gives it to Rubicki. Rubicki behind the net and back up the right side. Up for Letcher. Letcher takes a hit. Puck goes in. Reynolds loses an edge. Milwaukee sends it back the other way. 26 seconds, 22 seconds now on the power play. Milwaukee has control. We're on the power play here now. Rubicki sends it back to Letcher. Letcher to Rubicki. 8 seconds to go on the power play. Reynolds back to Rubicki. Rubicki over to Campbell. Campbell sends it down for Kishkowski. Kishkowski over to Reynolds. Puck up and into the air. Back to the neutral zone. And that'll do it for the power play. Reynolds picks it up and goes into the zone. And Chilicki was offsides. Paulo, Chilicki, and Palauskas with Aldridge and Prisgintis. Aldridge up for Palauskas. Palauskas, a nice touch, gets the puck in front. Chilicki gets a shot, another save by the goaltender. Milwaukee working from behind their own net, trying to get it up the ice. Now cross ice pass gets deflected. Chilicki picks it up and moves it down the board. Pass in front for Palauskas. Palauskas gets a tip on it, but it goes wide. Puck comes off of the board for Milwaukee. Palauskas loses an edge, goes down. Milwaukee carries in. Centering pass. Prisgintis blocks it. Clearing attempt. Kept in by Milwaukee. They got a shot. Knocked down. Paulo sends it through the neutral zone and then centering pass for Palauskas. For Palauskas goes behind the net. Milwaukee carrying up now. Nietzsche is out with Letcher. Shot on Cutting. Save. Letcher picks it up, takes it from behind Cutting. Cross ice for Nietzsche. Nietzsche shot low and covered by Milwaukee. Puck is in a bunch of skates here. Dug out by Carter. Carter. I don't know what's going on there. Letcher gets tied up. No call. Puck's just kind of bouncing around now. Letcher's up. Puck in the corner. Makes its way over to Nietzsche, opposite corner. Nietzsche ties it up. Waiting for Carter. Letcher gets it back to Campbell, back to Lech. Cross for Miller. Miller shot in front. Nietzsche's getting tied up. Kishkowski, Credidio, Bergeron join. Credidio takes that face off, pushes over to the far board. Milwaukee sends it around and into neutral territory. Glove down by Milwaukee. Puck to the corner. Onak with a nifty reverse hit. Puck in the opposite corner, Milwaukee now still with it. Bergeron, nice job picking a pocket. Tries to send a pass across, hits off of a Milwaukee player. Back down for Miller. Miller up for Credidio. And we're going to call a hand pass. .609 to go in the game, 3-3. Kruger, Carter, and Brown come on the ice. Rubicki and Campbell at D. Face-off, push back. Brown pushes the puck to Campbell. Campbell to Rubicki. Rubicki up for Brown. Gets knocked by Milwaukee. It's in some skates. Kruger knocks it away. Kruger loses an edge. Puck gets pushed to the opposite corner. Brown comes in over to help, takes that puck away. Brown takes a hit. Puck gets over to Carter. Carter to Kruger, and Kruger's shot is blocked. Milwaukee back on the right-hand side trying to carry in. Puck down low. That's a high stick. You're right there. He saw the high stick. No call. Milwaukee plays on. Campbell with the cross check. So no high stick, and that puck gets set down. That'll be an icing. .509 to go. Paulo, Brown, Aldridge, Pulauskas. Brown changes. Reynolds comes on. A shot by Paulo's blocked. Down low, Paulo has it in the corner. Leaves it for Pulauskas. Pulauskas' shot sails high. Prisgintis keeps the puck in, brings it back down. Prisgintis wrap around, tries an attempt, gets tied up. Puck is still kind of loose. Reynolds picks it up. Milwaukee gets in the way and chips it to neutral ice. Prisgintis to Aldridge. Back to Prisgintis. Nietzsche's come on a change. Pulauskas changes, and Letcher comes on. Miller comes on at D. Miller and Onak at D now. Milwaukee sends the puck in the zone, and they go for their own change. 4:08 to go. Onak up to Miller. Miller sends the puck in deep. Milwaukee gathers it behind their own net. Up the near board and into neutral territory. Reynolds coming. Milwaukee sends it in deep. Onak and Miller. Centering pass. Luckily, they fan on it. Nietzsche picks it up and takes it down the ice. Nietzsche carrying in. Miller goes for a change. Campbell comes on. Nietzsche gets taken down. Milwaukee into the corner. Sends the puck high. Hits off of Reynolds. Reynolds to Campbell. Campbell cross ice for Onak. Onak to Nietzsche. Nietzsche chips it forward. Chilicki is out. That hits his hand. Milwaukee brings it back in. They go for a change. Centering pass blocked by Campbell. Puck still in the corner. Rubicki gets a hold of it and sends it down the ice. Kept in by Milwaukee. Letcher ties up his man. They still have it. Campbell gets it, sends it off of the board. Ahead for Letcher. Letcher and Chilicki. Chilicki streaking Letcher. Shot, no rebound, and covered. Letcher taking a couple of hits. Prisgintis and Aldridge come on at D. 2:42 to go in the third. Kishkowski, Bergeron. No, we're gonna send Pulaskis and Paulo out with Chalicki. Pulaskis offset behind Paulo. Puck pushed back to Paulo or to Pulaskis. Hits off of his stick. Prisgintis sends it in. Fury's offsides. They got to tag up. Milwaukee tries to go cross ice, bounces off the stick. Aldridge sends it to Prisgintis. Prisgintis up to Paulo. Paulo sends it into the corner. Good stick by Paulo, chips it over to Chalicki, but it gets away from him. Milwaukee back into neutral ice and through, trying to go one-on-one against Prisgintis. Prisgintis. Good job by Prisgintis to stop that attempt. Puck in the neutral territory now. Pulaskis trying to get a shot or a puck knocked away. Milwaukee back in. Shot goes wide of Cutting over to the far board. Nietzsche is back on the ice. Reynolds blocks a shot, brings it in. Tries some forehand backhand move and couldn't get a shot off. Milwaukee back the other way. Puck comes into the zone over the corner. Onak is there. Ties up his man. Pulaskis comes over to help. Pulaskis takes a glancing blow. Nietzsche avoids some contact, gets the puck into neutral ice. Knocked back in by Milwaukee underneath Miller. Letcher comes on. Minute 11 to go. Puck sent across, and that'll be an icing. Kishkowski's going to come on. Kishkowski, Letcher, and Nietzsche. Miller and Onak. 1:06 to go. Face-off one over to Miller. Miller sends it around, hits off of a stanchion, and has an awkward bounce. Milwaukee sends it back in. Onak for Kush. It misses, but they wave icing. Puck behind. Brought back through the middle of the neutral zone. Get a shot off Cutting, and it goes into the corner. Onak up the boards for Kishkowski. Kishkowski to Nietzsche. Nietzsche gets that puck in and drops it behind, goes for a change. Paulo comes on. Milwaukee enters the right side, takes a shot, glove save, Cutting. 18.2 seconds to go in the game. Reynolds is going to join Paulo and Pulaskis as well. Campbell and Rybicki at D. Paulo pushes that puck to the corner. Rybicki tries to send that back. Campbell ties his man up. Rybicki gets the puck off of him and sends it to Pulaskis. Pulaskis enters the zone with speed on the right side. Back onto the backboard behind the goaltender. Can't quite get a hold of it. Sends it up to Campbell. Campbell's shot goes wide, and that's the end of regulation. So 3-3 after 3.
I guess we're playing 500. We're playing 15.
Oh, my laptop died.
What?
My laptop died. We're going to go to a 3-on-3 OT. Hollow and Reynolds are going to start off with Campbell. Milwaukee wins that face-off over and enters on the left side. Shot blocked and into the netting. It's a 5-minute OT period. There's 4:55 to go. Face-off one over to Campbell. Campbell takes it behind Cutting. Carries out and up to Reynolds. Reynolds tries to make a move. It gets knocked away. Milwaukee gets it into the corner and go behind their goaltender. Up the far side and into the middle for Milwaukee. Trying to get a shot. Reynolds knocks it away. And then Campbell forces Milwaukee to retreat and go back into their own zone. Reynolds providing forecheck pressure. Milwaukee comes back from behind their net and up the near board. Entering, trying to get a spot. And in the middle, get a shot on. Cutting, blocker save. Paulo loses his stick. Ooh. Centering pass. Shot hits the post. 3:53 to go. Campbell has the puck pinned. Reynolds sends the puck hard around. Milwaukee picks it up. Paulo is there. Paulo and Reynolds force Milwaukee to retreat. Reynolds gets a change. Letcher comes on. Paulo changes. Nietzsche comes on. So Letcher, Nietzsche, and Campbell. Milwaukee enters. Takes it behind Cutting, wrapping around, looking for an opportunity in the middle of the ice. Letcher, opportunistic, knocks that puck away. Gets hooked. No call. An absolutely clear hook. And no call. Hook. Letcher changes. Chilicki comes on. Oh, I'm sorry. Pulauskas comes on. Milwaukee trying to get past Pulauskas. Pulauskas puts his man into the boards, puck in the corner. Milwaukee digs it out, brings it up the board. Onak forcing a retreat by Milwaukee. Nietzsche and Pulauskas awaiting Milwaukee. Nietzsche goes for a change. Chilicki comes out. 2:28 to go. Puck carried in. They try to get around Onak. It goes to the corner. Onak puts his man in the boards. Pulauskas chips it out. Kept in on the sideboard by Milwaukee. Pulauskas picks up the man on back door. Onak, big hit. Pulauskas leaves it for Onak. Onak avoids a stick check, gets it up to Chilicki. Chilicki entering on the left side, comes in through the middle of the ice. Regroups, gets it to Prisgintis, who comes on for Onak. Prisgintis is tripped. No call. Milwaukee back with the puck. Kishkowski comes on. Chilicki goes for a change, and Reynolds comes on. Prisgintis, good job knocking that puck away. Reynolds comes up with it. Reynolds moving forward. Puck gets knocked away. Milwaukee looking for a place to hold it while they get a change. Take it behind their goaltender. Minute 17 to go. Milwaukee coming through the middle. Shot low. And that'll be the end. Milwaukee wins in OT. Quick shot on Cutting, goes underneath his pad. and Milwaukee takes both. We'll play again in Phoenix on the 20th. We'll be there for 4 games. We'll see you all next weekend.